Hey guys, this is Miriam Quitelis. This is a really quick video to show you how to use lessonpix.com to create visuals for your classroom. So let me first show you what I mean by visuals. Here is one example of a visual I use in my classroom. And notice the images are super simple. I also like to use American Sign Language in my classroom so that it cuts down on screaming across the classroom or raising my voice across the classroom. Here is an example of a tally card that I might use for a child who's using inappropriate words. And I will draw a heart in the center of that speech bubble. And the way that I've been using it is just every time I look at the child, since I teach class, my classes are 45 minutes long. Every time I'm sort of around the child's area where they're sitting, I will put a heart in the box. And at the length of the class at the end, while they're lined up, I'll give the last heart and then they will get a sticker. And it works beautifully. This is a visual schedule of my art classroom. And now we do movement breaks after rug time. But nevertheless, this is a sample of what a visual schedule looks like. And it helps with anywhere in the elementary classroom. I use it all the way up to fourth grade. And that way the kids know what's coming next. This is an example of a visual schedule that I might use for a child who is walking around everywhere and oftentimes touching things that they're not supposed to touch. And I have a sheet like this for every time I see them. Again, I'm a specials teacher, so I designed this for the three goals that I'm working on for that child for that 45-minute period. I do also have lots and lots of stickers that are very different from each other, and the child gets to choose one sticker at the end of my 45-minute class. So this is just another example of how you can use images from LessonPix in your classroom. Last, very similar to the visual schedule for the classroom, you can also have a visual schedule for a child that's going to sit in front of them while they're working, so they see where they are in that schedule. This one, again, they work for stickers. You can move the items around. You can pick the images you want, and it just looks super easy to understand. Whether they are verbal or not, they can look at the pictures and pretty much know what the expectations are without even knowing how to read. So now let's go on to LessonPix. This is the website. It only costs $36 a year, and most likely most schools will have the administration agree to pay for it. So make sure if you have a grant at your school for things like this, you might want to ask your administration to see if they could pay for it. Nevertheless, it's only $36 a year, absolutely worth every penny. So the way that it works is super, I'm logged in, and notice this tray is where the images are that I need. I do share this account with another teacher. So I'm going to go ahead and clear the tray of images that are there. I will also use the search engine. So if I want to make a specific poster, I will look up the image here. So let's say you want to say the person is using inappropriate words, so you might want to put the word talk and see what comes up. And it's a hit or miss. Sometimes you'll put a word in, because I think initially I was looking for words and that didn't work out. And then I realized talk is really where I would get a more precise image of what I'm looking for. You click on more images and it gives you different genders and skin tones, hairstyles, so that you can pick a child that best matches the child that you might be addressing. It gives you some sign language if you want that. Pick your image. So here, I'm going to pick that one. If you want to pick do not yell. In this case, I draw a heart in the center of that speech bubble. But if you want it to be already created, you might want to go to Symbol Builder. And then over here, you look for, again, talk, and those same images will come up. and I will move my girl over. And then you might want to put heart. Let's see what comes up. So you pick a heart and you put it in there. You're able to edit the size and then you stick it in the speech bubble. So this allows you to create an image from several images. Like, there we go. Kind words. At least that's my image for kind words. And I would definitely add a tag to it and a description. I would say the same. You will see why later. So you create symbol, and here you have it, and you can move it to your tray. So that one I'm going to just clear right now because I want my tray to be clean. So I just have one image to work with. Okay, so then I go to create materials, and on the left you have all these different products. You have picture cards, picture and words, picture schedule, name tags. And this is pretty much where you decide where your image goes and what size it's going to be. What is the format, basically? So these are all the different options. This is definitely something you play with, and it's okay to play with. You're not gonna, nothing terrible is gonna happen if you make a mistake. But here I have, which is what I want. I want a tally card. So you're gonna click on next, and this is the image I chose, and it says custom because I made it. And then you're gonna give it a title. So otherwise the words new title will be printed. So you're gonna put, I use kind words. Next. Now for the title for the actual sign, you might want to have the child's name, Jill's kind word tally. And then it says how many cards per page. And I think usually I'll do one. If you don't want to waste a lot of paper, you can do 2 cards per page. Then it says check boxes per card. That's up to you. Either maybe you're giving a check every day, or like me, I'm doing it throughout a 45-minute class. It's really up to you. So during a 45-minute class, I will check on the child like 5 times. Show the images, yes. And then you're going to click on finish. And it shows you what it looks like. Now notice this is empty. So what I did wrong, and again, the site is a slightly bit clunky, so you're gonna have to play with it. So what it told me was that I did need to have 2 images so that it will divide that up. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna discard that. And I'm gonna go ahead to here and put that in my tray twice. So now we're gonna do the whole thing again, and we're gonna pick tally chart, tally cards, next. And now you have both images. I'm gonna say I use kind words. Again, it's very intuitive, but also very clunky. So you're gonna put, again, Jill's kind word tally, and how many per card. You're gonna say 2, and this is what I chose. You can play around with it. Let's finish. And there you have it. You have your 2 cards. And this is where you want to press download as PDF, and it will be saved into your computer or your device. And then you click on done. So when you go home, your images are under your materials. So see all, and these are all the images I've created. Then you just go to your PDF, find it, print it. I don't have access to a color printer, and it works just fine. So don't feel like you need to have them all color printed. They are much prettier color printed, but not a big deal. So I hope that was helpful. I do believe that every teacher should be working with these images and have them all around their classrooms and use them as much as possible. And it really helps cut down on behavior concerns. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments and I will gladly answer them. Thank you so much. Bye.